What are you doing there?
Oh, hey, Annie. I'm just fixing my leaf blower, but it's not working, and I think there's something jammed inside here. And I'm just trying to see if I can figure out what it is and reach in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish I had longer fingers.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know you were mechanically inclined.
Well, it is one of my spiritual gifts. Gifted, yeah.
You tried this? Like the on and off?
Honestly, I don't think that has nothing to do with it. I'm pretty sure there's something jammed in here.
Okay.
It's the only thing that makes sense to me.
All right. Well, I'll let you figure it out.
Yep. All right. Come on. What is this?
Hey everyone, I'm Annie.
And I am Peter.
And welcome to the This and That show.
Wow, my face feels rubbery right now.
Who knew that leaf blower was that powerful? Like,
Yeah.
you should have seen your face.
Yeah, my face was pretty wild, I'll admit. But the thing that gets me is I had no idea that wind could be so powerful.
You know, that really reminds me of faith, right? Because faith is believing in something we can't see because of what we can see. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that's very true, actually. I wonder what other things exist in nature that also follow that same principle. You know, we may not be able to see the force, but we know that it is there because of what we can see.
Like magnets, like magnetic force.
That's right. A magnet, that's right. And the magnetic force you can't see. You think we should?
I think we should.
All right. This and that science time. Let's go! Annie, we're talking about magnets here.
Yes.
Could you define for me, what does the Encyclopedia Britannica say about magnetism?
Well, let me tell you. Magnetic force is the attraction or repulsion that arises between electrically charged particles because of their motion. It is the basic force responsible for such effects as the action of electric motors and the attraction of magnets for iron.
Whoa.
Pretty cool stuff.
Let's put that to the test.
Let's do it. Yes.
And to do that, I am using my fishing magnet, okay? And with this powerful magnet, we will see what is magnetic and what is not. What are we gonna start with here, Annie?
I think we should start with the World War II helmet. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, this is World War II.
Okay.
All right, so I'll put this on and you see if it's magnetic.
And remember, kids, safety first. This thing's a little scary.
All right.
Oh,
No?
no. Not magnetic.
Who'd have known? All right.
Oh, and for all you kids watching, make sure you keep a tally of what you get wrong and what you get right, and see if you can compete against your friends or your siblings.
That's right. That one was a freebie.
So now there's 6 more items here. So out of 6, let's see how many you get right.
All right, this is Annie's key to her diary. and so what do you kids think at home?
How'd you get that?
Or, yeah. What do you think? Is this magnetic or is it not magnetic? Nope.
No.
It is not magnetic.
Not magnetic.
All right.
What do we got next?
We got a Jamaican coin, $20.
Nice.
This is a $20 Jamaican coin.
Sweet.
So what do you think? Is it magnetic or is it not?
But yeah.
It is totally magnetic. All right, what else we got?
Next up, we got a microphone. Don't worry, it's already broken. Broken microphone.
Broken microphone. What do you think? Oh, that is totally magnetic.
Nice.
All right.
Next up, we have coffee in a K-cup. Coffee.
Oh, I sure hope that's not magnetic.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
Well, the top seems kind of...
Tinfoily?
Yeah, so maybe it is?
Maybe. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Whew.
That was disappointing.
Nothing.
Next up, we got colorful paper clips.
Colorful paper clips. Now, will the colors affect its ability to be magnetic?
Maybe.
Here we go. Whoa!
That was cool.
Whoa! Sweet.
And last but not least, a drum cymbal.
All right.
What do you think, kids? Magnetic? Not magnetic? Parents?
All right.
What do you think?
Here we go. The moment of truth.
I think it is.
It is metal.
Oh.
Nothing.
Weird.
Probably because it's made out of copper. Copper is not magnetic.
Interesting.
Wow, that was wild.
Nice glasses.
Thanks.
All right, so we are going to continue with Paul in our Bible story. And you know what? I thought today's story, we could tell our story with green screen Bible scene.
Yes!
And Peter, would you like to do the honors?
Yes, I would. Here we go. Green screen Bible scene activate.
All right, so Peter's going to be playing Paul. Now, Paul, you know, he wasn't always a Christian back in the day, but once he was, he could not stop telling people about Jesus. And Paul, he was always on the move. And wherever he went, he boldly preached the good news to everybody about Jesus. So Paul went to places like this.
Ooh, Paris. Not bad. Oh,
And then once he was done there, he went to places like this.
It's getting kind of toasty. Ugh. Annie, can you get me out of here? I got a kangaroo looking right at me. Okay.
And then once he was done in places like that, he would make his way back over here.
Hey, Annie, you put me in a Minecraft video game.
I know. Many Jewish and Greek people, they listened to Paul and they decided to follow Jesus. But you know what? Pretty much wherever Paul went, there was a group of religious leaders that would chase him right out of that city. He was even chased out of a city called Thessalonica. And you know what? They even followed him after that to a place called Berea, and the religious leaders chased him out of there too. But the people of Berea, the Jesus followers, actually helped Paul get to the coast to go to Athens.
Annie, check it out. I'm on a boat. It's my new Berean friends.
Hey. Now, when Paul was walking the streets of Athens, he saw a lot of statues, a lot of false gods. And he saw that these false gods, they were known for things. Like some were known for giving strength, some was for weather, some maybe health. And Paul, he was a little bit upset actually because he wanted those people to know about the one true God. Now, Paul went to visit the Jewish synagogue there so he could tell the Jews and the Greeks about Jesus, and he also took time to speak to people in the marketplace. And Paul's words about Jesus started to stir in the people's hearts. And there was a group of really smart thinkers that wanted to ask Paul a question. And the question is actually in your Bible. So if you turn to Acts chapter 17, verses 19 to 20, let's read that. They took him to a meeting, so this is Paul, to the meeting of Areopagus. And there he said to him, "What is this new teaching you are giving us? You have some strange ideas we've never heard before. We would like to know what they mean." So it was really cool that these people were actually starting to want to listen to what Paul had to say. Now, Paul wanted to connect the message of their culture and what they thought and their writers to what Jesus, his message, the one true God message. And he wanted to connect those two together. So Paul remembered seeing an altar, and on this altar it said, "To the unknown God."
Annie, I'm not I'm not really seeing it.
It's right behind you.
Oh, To the unknown God. Whoa.
Yes. And to the questions that these really awesome, smart thinkers asked, Paul said this to them in Acts chapter 17, verses 22 to 25.
People of Athens, I see that you are very religious in every way. As I walked around, I looked carefully at the things you worship. I even found an altar with to an unknown God written on it. So you don't know what you're worshiping. Now, I'm going to tell you about this unknown God. He is the God who made the world. He also made everything in it. He is the Lord of heaven and earth. He doesn't live in temples built by human hands. He is not served by human hands. He doesn't need anything. Instead, he himself gives life and breath to all people. He also gives them everything else they have.
Exactly. And you know what? Paul knew that these people would listen to the words of their own writers too. So he brought in some of the words the poets had even said back in the day. And one of the poets had written, "We are his children." So Paul explained that that was God. We are God's children. And through Jesus, we can be saved. Now, the people of Athens, Greece, not everyone liked Paul's message. Some made fun of him. Some may have even wanted to throw him out of the city again. But there was actually 2 followers that became Christians at that time. And their names were Dionysius, and that was a guy from Athens, and then also a girl named Damaris, which was really cool. And Paul continued to share the good news because he knew what our bottom line said today. He knew that you can help others know about Jesus.
Annie, I'm back on the boat. My Berean friends have taken me out for another spin.
Well, I'm glad you made some friends, but it's time to get back here.
Wait, no.
Oh, man. I was having a lot of fun there, Annie.
I was actually a little jealous, to be honest. Well, there you have it, kids. You know, we can tell others about Jesus.
That's right. And that is important. But you know what also is very important is the way that you live. Because if Jesus is in your heart, it can't just stay there by itself. It comes out in the way that you love people. Jesus said people will know you. People know that you are mine because of the way that you love each other, right? Mm-hmm. So it's very important that you show people your faith in Jesus. And so it's like Francis of Assisi said once, he said, spread the good news wherever you go and use words if necessary. So it's important for you to show people that you have faith in Jesus in the way that you live at home, at school, wherever you go.
Yeah, and it really just boils down to treating others the way you would want to be treated, right?
All right, so today we looked at Paul and how he told other people about Jesus. So the big question for this week we have for you is, how can you tell others about Jesus?
Yeah, make sure you talk to your parents, your friends, your siblings at home, and see how you can do that to your neighbors and everyone around you.
Absolutely. All right, so it's been a lot of fun. This is it for this week's edition of the This and That Show. God bless you, and we will see you next week.
Yes, we will.